How you doing, everybody? This is PND51010, and today we're going to be looking at an analysis of EVP reverse speech expert PeggyKane, and the source video I'll be giving in the description box, but the name of it is The Reptilian Manipulation of Humanity, Part 3 of 8, so you can check it out for yourself if you want to view the anomalies more clear, as this is over a video camera, and it's not the greatest, but, you know, the anomalies are obvious nonetheless, that you can see them very clear. And I also think this video proves the theory that the pixelation has something to do with the masking program, at least in this video. I mean, it's not to say all pixelation is part of a masking program. I mean, you know, there's legitimate examples of pixelation on normal human beings, but it's just nothing like this. This is just way too anomalous, and you'll see how the pixelation is part of the masking program. So, just like in this frame right here, you can see how the pixelation helps obscure the areas that are shifting, but you can see her right eye, our left eye right here, you can see how it's blacked out and becomes extremely, almost like a trapezoid shape in comparison to the other one. And now we got quite a lot of frames to get through, so we got to get through this here pretty quick. Here we can see on her left eye, it's become bar-like and vertical, and that's definitely the beginnings of a reptilian eye, and she's definitely, the eye's in flux and she's shifting. And also here you can see some activity, almost like a scale or something. I mean, it's very hard to focus on here, but you can see it there underneath the eye. And here also you can see some lip melding, almost like in the Jason Burma's video, where the lips almost take on like a melding type thing, like glue, like they're dripping. It's very strange, but indicative of a shapeshifter. And you see how the pixelation helps obscure some of the areas that are more heavily fluxed. And here too you can see the slit pupil. I don't know if you can see it too well here, but in the original you'll be able to see it when you view the original. See on her right eye or left. Also some more mouth and lip activity here. And like I said, you know, it's very obvious. Here again the eye becomes like box-like or trapezoid-like. Just extremely anomalous when compared to the other one. And, you know, you look at the iris and the pupil, how wide it's become in this one. And you have to understand what's happening, you know, with the DNA. If this is, you know, due to genetic shapeshifting, because they're closed and open sequences in DNA, and open sequences manifest as a physical characteristic. You know, these shapeshifters have the ability to close and open certain sequences, and when that happens, there's a literal transformation in the cellular structure, and it causes the human form to shift into a reptilian form. So it's not as if the human form goes anywhere, it just shifts. And it's not a physical shift, it's a change of perception in the way your brain is decoding their morphogenic field. Here's a split. Here's a box-like iRide. So there's a lot, you know, people just jump to conclusions and say, oh, it's video artifacts, there's no such thing as shapeshifting. They couldn't be any more further from the truth. And the fact whether they believe it or not is irrelevant, because it exists anyway, whether they believe it or not. You know, you get so much shit from people saying you're crazy, and they're crazy for not having an open mind and keeping their belief structure so rigid to the point where they can't even view any inkling of the truth, because it just begins to shatter their whole belief structure. And they don't want that to happen. So let's move on here. to the next frame of interest, and that's right here. And you can see that there's mouth activity here. Also in the eyes. Vertical irides again. Iris, pupil. Just all in flux. Here we can see the mouth dips down. There's almost like a chunk has been taken out of the bottom left piece of it. The teeth morphing. Also look at the cheek there. The nostrils in flux as well. Let's go to the next one. See again the cheek area. Two bulbous pieces of flesh appear right there, creating a dip in the middle. You can see that. Okay, on to the next frame here. There's just so much, you know, there's shape-shifting in every frame, as you'll see when you view the source video. Just we don't have the amount of time that I would like to go through it all. See the green hue? There's also a green hue that takes form. I've covered that before. You always see that before, you know, extreme bouts of shape-shifting. Alright, let's quickly get through this to the next one. Alright, and here you can see the slit, right pupil, our left, our right. And even the other ones become quite extremely box-like, believe it or not. And the mouth. The lips are morphing here. I mean, it's just so obvious. You know, what's that quote? I forgot. I think it was by Orson Welles. Even stranger than the shape-shifting were those who didn't notice it. Something along the lines of that. I remember reading a quote. See the triangle-like irid. And also this eyelid has become hooded. Mouth activity. We're going to start moving along here because we got a lot of material to cover in a very limited amount of time here. You can see this irid has become completely vertical and triangle-like. Alright, we're going to move on. And here you can see how the pixelation plays its part in the masking program. How it obscures it. But this is just a really, she's experiencing some heavy shape shifting. And she's aware of it too. You'll notice when you watch the source video how she's aware of it, how the way she acts and the mannerisms she does and just the body language. You can tell that she's under duress, you know? Again, on her cheekbone area, you can see a very distinct line, almost making a right angle running down parallel with her nose, going down to the lips. And you can see the lips are in heavy shape shifting right there. My dog is dreaming. Smokey, wake up! And we're going to go on to the next one here. Which is, when you see in every frame there's shape shifting, it's just unbelievable. See on her eyelid, there's a dark anomaly on the eyelid there. Just so much. See how she's covering her face there? And the fact that she's covering her face makes it look worse. That's because the masking program can't texture that part of her face. See? Takes on a very dark green type hue. It's very strange. So beginning to see the eyelid, how it's now heavily hooded. This green like scale, it's just segmented. And see how the pixelation increases when the shapeshifting increases as well? That's how I know it's connected. That's why people could say, oh, it's just pixelation, but no. If you look at normal pixelation on a normal person and this pixelation, you'll see a big difference. Big difference. Some more eye activity going on here. See how the eye frame stretches all the way out almost to the middle of her cheekbone there. Alright, we're going to get to the next frame of interest, which is far away from this particular point where we're at in this video. And you see here how she looks normal. There's instances where she's somewhat okay. But then, boom. See how her cheek area, look at the cheek, how it's become, you know, frayed out like that. Oh, sorry, I gotta get it in focus here. That's the disadvantage of having a video camera. See? It's like a change in her facial structure almost. There's a little lip anomaly here. See, watch. See, there's nothing there, and then the next frame, the melding effect takes place. We're going to be running out of time here soon, so we're going to get through these next couple frames rather quickly. Let's go to the next one. Where is it here? See, you can see the eye here becomes box-like again. More lip activity. There's tons of lip morphs in this video. And I'll be giving the source video at the end again, so you can view it for yourself as always. Alright, where's the 742 it is. See how the eyes become box. Very vertical. There's that piece missing. Almost. It's like the bottom lip takes a 90-degree dip down and then swoops back up. Which is very strange. Well, I hope you enjoyed this analysis, and you'll be able to view the source video. Be well and be at peace.